Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Kerry, I'm the redhead reseller. I'm on eBay and Vinted, and I've done bits and pieces for YouTube and TikTok, but not as much as I should have been doing. So now it's time I'm going to get into it properly. I've been selling for 13 months across the two platforms. Vinted I used to do a bit more with, but it was more my personal items that I was just trying to get rid of and couldn't bother doing a car boot with. So I've been buying and selling on and off for many years, but really got into it last June, mainly to get myself out of debt. Like most people, you've been in your 20s, you've got yourself stuck in debt and credit cards and everything else, and obviously you get a loan for a car or finance for a car, random stuff like that, all adds up, and then obviously you struggle to get yourself out of it. So that's why I started doing the reselling, just to give me some extra money to be able to pay off the debt quicker. It didn't happen. The past 13 months I have spent living with that extra money, just doing things that I want to do, holidays. I was actually made redundant for 6 months, so I sort of lived on that money as well, so that it did help. Obviously it meant debt wasn't getting paid off, which didn't help. So now I'm back in full-time work, but I also still am doing the reselling. I buy at car boots and charity shops, and then I resell on eBay and Vinted. I've sort of decided now, if I get any stock that's lasted with me for more than 6 months, it's going off eBay. It's on buy it now on eBay, so it'll come off the buy it now on eBay. It'll then go over to the auction on eBay. If it doesn't sell on auction, it'll go on to Vinted. If it then doesn't sell on Vinted, it'll then get re-uploaded to Vinted again, because I've noticed with Vinted, you do really well for the first couple of days of your items being on there, and all of a sudden everything dies. So stock has to be continually uploaded. So my plan is to re-upload everything twice, and then once I hit that point, it'll then all go to a car boot. Try and get rid of any extra last bits that I've got, and then anything that is completely left over will go as a bundle onto eBay, and then just go and sell it as a job lot somewhere. So that's my plan, so I can make sure that I've always definitely got only 6 months of stock in, or hopefully only got 6 months of stock in. I've then also got all my money back that I originally put into anything that I bought, and then obviously profit on everything else, hopefully. So that's the plan. So this series now is going to be all about clearing off my debt. So my debt, I do pay a certain amount every month, like everyone else does, and that generally comes out of my wage, my full-time wage, and then the extra will then come out with my eBay business and my Vinted business. So at the moment, I have cleared out my eBay balance, so that's at zero. And my Vinted balance is currently at £277.75, and that is from stuff that I sold over the weekend. I decided to re-upload everything that I had from 2024, and I sold around 80 items altogether, and I've got 244 left at the moment as of this recording. So I've sold a lot, but I've still got a lot to go. So at the moment I am £277.75 in profit, and that will go towards my debt once obviously the money comes through to me. Because I'm a pro user, you don't get the money straight away. It's really stressful and really annoying, but you know, we deal with it and move on. So currently my debt sits at £23,891.60. It's a lot, and it's from stupid stuff. Like, I bought myself a nice car many years ago. I've just gone out and had holidays and bought random crap, and eventually you don't know where it ends up going at all. So that tends to be what happens. And obviously, as I mentioned, I was redundant for 6 months as well, so some of it is from that too. So from now on, we're going to use all my eBay money and all my Vinted money on this balance. So at some point on this screen, you will see my total debt that I've got left. That will come down extra due to my general normal payments as well. So any normal payments I make, I will put underneath the debt, and I'll still take it off the debt amount, if that makes sense. So you'll have 3 different amounts on here. You'll have my total debt, you'll have what I've paid out my full-time wage that comes off that debt, and then anything I make from eBay and Vinted will be on another side, but will also be coming off that debt as well. So we want to see the debt amount drop, and obviously the other two amounts are going to be going up, hopefully, and that's my plan. So I'm hoping, obviously, we're going to drop that debt very quickly. The Vinted and eBay amount will obviously go up and down and fluctuate due to me buying stock in and obviously reselling stock again. But everything now will go towards this debt. And that's my 2024 stock, my 2025 stock, and anything I buy in future. So stay with me and see how quickly I get this debt disappeared. But for now, as I mentioned, I have £277.75 in my Vinted account. So I will go through and pop up my sales so that you can get an idea of what was mine originally that I've sold, and what I bought, how much I paid for it originally, and how much I've sold it for. So some of it I'm just getting my money back. Some of it I am still making a profit. Nowhere near as much as I'd hoped, but it just gets rid of it. And when I first started, obviously, like everyone, you're watching the YouTube videos, you're not really knowing what's worth money. You do quick research on eBay and stuff, but you're not always guaranteed to know. And sometimes some stuff you think is going to do really well, and it doesn't. So let's go through my sales. If I keep looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my laptop, because there's so many sales. I've got everything wrote down here to help me sort of remember prices, because I'm not remembering anything otherwise. So I'll put screenshots up of everything I've sold as I'm talking through it, so that you can see how much it's sold for. It's all sold on Vinted, so there's no fees, and I don't have to worry about the delivery charges. And then I will put underneath how much I sold it for, how much I bought it for. Some of the items are my own items, so they won't have a price on them, so it'll just say 0. So I'll go through them all now. First of all, there's this backpack. Don't know where this came from, it just randomly appeared in my house at some point. Sold that for £3. I sold this necklace that I got for 25p from the car boot for £3. I got this skirt from TK Maxx. I will learn off some of the YouTube lads that the yellow sticker sales at TK Maxx are brilliant. So I go to them every couple of days when they're on, because they drop the prices, and they keep dropping the prices until they get to like stupid amounts. So I got this for £1.70 and I sold it for £8. I then do a lot of self-development reading. I got a lot of books, probably about 300 books. So when I finish them, they go on to Vinted. So I never pay more than like £1 for these at the charity shops and car boots. So I've managed to sell 2 of those for £1 each. I then got this jacket, bought it for £3 from the charity shop, and I sold it for £13, so I got £10 in profit. I then got this top from charity shop for £1 and sold it for £4.50. Next up is my Nike workout top. This is something I bought for myself, I think from a car boot a while ago. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I've worn it a few times myself, and I sold it for £7.50 because I just wasn't wearing it anymore. Then we've got this vintage thermos lunchbox. I paid 50p for this at the car boot, and I've sold it for £7. Next up, I bought these jeans from the charity shop for £1 for myself, but they don't fit me, they're just too big, so I sold them for £6.50. I then bought this pirate tiger. So a lot of Disney stuff can do well, not all of it can though. I've sold some items from the parks that have been worth quite a bit, but I'm still testing the water of what is worth picking up and what isn't. So this I picked up 50p from my car boot and sold it for £2.50. This jacket, don't know where it came from. it was mine. It wasn't in the best condition. I did put that in the description and in the pictures, and I also put down as satisfactory. So it didn't cost me anything, sold it for £1, buyer's happy, so that's all that matters. I then picked up this Levi's jumper for £2, but sold it for £10. I picked up this genuine leather jacket for £2 and sold it for £6.40. I picked up this lovely dress for £2 and sold it for a fiver. Picked up this Ted Baker kids jacket for 50p, sold it for a fiver. Bought this Elmo plush. So I bought this from a car boot, I think for 50p last year. Sold it on eBay, went international, sold it for about £8, I think, and it went missing in the post. So me and the buyer both got a refund. 6 months later, it turned up at my door. So I've had my refund. I've now had the item back, and so I resold it on Vinted for £2. So I've made about a tenner altogether on it. So I bought this Berghaus for £4.50 from the charge shop. I expected Berghaus to do better. It definitely used to, so I don't know why it doesn't anymore. So I sold it for £8 on Vinted. All these noises you keep hearing as well is this bloody chair. Telling you. Got this Cocomelon toy for my nephew with a bundle. Turns out I already had it, so I sold that for £1. I got these submarine glasses that are for diving. Don't know where these came from. I don't dive. I can't swim, so you're not getting me wearing them. I sold them for £2. I got this DC top for 50p from the charge shop, sold it for £4. I got this roll neck top, don't know where it came from, I want to say car boot for 50p, sold it for £6. I got this My Little Pony plush, again don't know where that came from, but I sold it for £2. I then sold a bundle, so it had 2 vintage Snap games, Crazy 8 games, a Munch Bunch plate, and a Tommy Doctor Do A Lot set. Sold it all for a tenner. This cost me £2.75 altogether, so a bit of profit there. I got this face pillow for £1 from Charge Shop, sold it for £3. I got this Leapfrog reading book for £1.50, sold it for £2.10. Got the Spider-Man toy for 10p from the Charge Shop, sold it for £1.25. Got this dress for £3, sold it for £15. I got this little fun figure for £2 from the Charge Shop, sold it for £4. I got this Power Ranger toy for 8p, sold it for £1.40. This Yankee Candle burner came out of a set that I was given by someone that no longer wanted any of it. So it didn't cost me anything, sold it for £3. Got these glasses for £2 from the Charge Shop. They usually go for a bit more, but they just weren't budging, so I sold them for £25. I got this Adidas hat for 50p, sold it for £4. Got this Christmas tree ornament set for £1.60, sold it for £4. The Dickies toy Jeep cost me 89p on Vinted, got it for a fiver, and I only bought it because I was trying to lower the price of some stuff for my nephew. So I got this roasting tin for £1 from the car boot, sold it for £6. I got this glass water jar thing for £1.50, and the Harley Quinn figure for 34p, both from Charge Shop, sold them together for £8.50. Sold the Swan pan, it cost me 33p from a car boot, sold it for £3. Nike silver tag, I expected to do better, I think, because it's got trainer on the back that it didn't. It cost me a fiver, sold it for £6. At least I got my money back. I got this mug for £2. I sold it for £2.50. This mug, it had marks on the inside. I couldn't get them out. I put this in the description and I put it down as satisfactory, so it still went. I got this tray for 70p, sold it for £2.50. I got this top for £2.50, sold it for £4. I got the Monster High doll for 99p, sold it for £4. This camera I bought for myself as a test. I think I spent about 25 quid on it, so I knew it wasn't going to be great. I just wanted to try it out for hiking and for my YouTube stuff. And the SD card, doesn't matter what size I put in it, doesn't last long enough. So I ended up just getting rid of it and giving up with it and going back to my phone because it's easier. So I sold it for £5. This Raspberry Teddy cost me £1, sold it for £2.50. The Looney Tunes tie was 50p, cost me sold it for £3. This Happy Halloween bag from Disney, don't know where it came from, cost me nothing, sold it for £3. This Disney mug, the 2 plushes all together cost me £1.70 to buy, sold them for £9 together, so it's not too bad. This bell came in the same stuff as the Yankee Candle stuff, so it didn't cost me anything, sold it for £1. The Disney Mickey Mouse toy, bought it for £2, sold it for £4. M&M World magnet cost me 50p, sold it for £3. Autograph book, bought it for £1, sold it for £2. Didn't realise someone had wrote on the first page. The rest of it's great, just that one page. This collectible key, the Disney collectible keys can be worth quite a bit, depending which one you get. This one was 50p, sold it for £1.50. Didn't do great, won't pick it up again. This Jasmine toy cost me 50p, sold it for £4.50. The Toy Story plush cost me 60p, sold it for £2.50. The Actifry I was given because I dropped mine on the floor, thought I'd smashed it. Turns out when I got given this one I hadn't smashed it at all, it's just the way that it's designed. So it's been sat in the garage for the past 4 months. Still works, so sold it for £5. These boots cost me £2 for the car boot, sold them for £7. This plush cost me £1, sold it for £3. And this last plush cost me 40p, sold it for £3. So I don't normally like buying stuff that I know isn't going to make much profit because I just feel like it's a waste of time. My average for last year, I've wrote it down over here actually. My average for last year was £13.59 an item. That wasn't too bad for the 6 months that I was doing this. This year I've already upped it and I think I'm at like £21 as an average. So to only be getting like a couple of pounds per item it's not good enough. It's just a waste of time. But obviously it all adds up. So with me just getting rid of the stock, I can deal with that. But I am not dealing with that on eBay because eBay take the fees. And by the time you've sold stuff for £3, you're probably making 50p, if anything. So anything cheap like that is now going straight onto Vinted. If I don't have time to research something and I buy it and I work out it's not worth anything, it's going straight to Vinted or back to the car boot. I'm sticking my decent stock on eBay from now on. So yeah, that's everything I've sold so far. There are a couple more items, but they'll be in the next video because they are stuff that's sold today. So some of that's quite interesting. Some of it's just your typical items that's been on my Vinted again. But yeah, so welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe. There will be some better videos coming out at some point, and you can watch me try and get out of debt. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you all soon. Bye.